rocking chair, he would sit and he would creatively visualize, images about him chasing beams of light, and all this would happen in the background when music was playing. So that was the part of his research, and that is how he actually practically applied it to himself. Yes, over to you, Renu.
And he said that if it was not for physics, I would have been a pianist. So,
Totally,
yes.
totally.
Thank you, thank you. Uh,
Thank
so,
you, thank you.
as we all acknowledge and we would like to thank School Lalaji and IEC for this wonderful opportunity they keep providing us, I would now request Mr. Rajul to come over and share the journey of the company, the host company with us.
Thank you, Rakhi ma'am, for your time for moderating today's session. And with this, we come to the last part of this, this wonderful session. We have received many questions. So as ma'am said that, India International Education Council and School Allergy Solutions. So, some of you are already aware that School Allergy Solutions is India's largest one-stop solution provider. So now I'll straight away, I'll start presenting the questions. We have received, a few questions. So I would request all our speakers, if you can share your perspective and comments on these questions. So I would request Balwinder sir, if we can begin with you.
Yeah, sure, sir.
The first question has come from Ms. Punita Kuteja ji. Punita ji is a principal with Dr. Virendra Swaroop Public School, Kalyanpur, Kanpur. So I'm sure she would be part of your group as well. So,
Yes, yes. Yeah,
so
yeah.
Punita ji has asked you, what is the future ahead for all these stakeholders? So if I try to rephrase that question, if you can highlight some 2 or 3 big changes, as far as Indian education system is concerned, maybe in next 10 years or 15 years. Balwinder sir, over to you.
Yeah, I think we are in the transition stage, and there will be a lot of transformation in the education system in the coming years. As if we, just analyze the past of education system, so we are moving towards comprehension from the rote learning, and a lot of technology intervention is already there. And now, at this juncture, we are thinking about learning outcomes also. Earlier, it was only marks, percentage, but at least now, all the stakeholders, teachers, principals, parents, we are thinking about learning outcome. We are talking about integrated learning also. And as sir was telling that, we are also, pondering upon that what after education, that is career counseling. So even there is it's a hot topic that the 21st century skills, the sustainability of the education. So there is a lot of scope. Even it is said that we generally say it, that the sky is also not the limit. So there will be a lot of change. There will be the education system will show us a new interface in the coming years. But the thing is that how easily and how effectively we adapt it and implement it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Balwinder sir. Rakhi ma'am, I would request if we can take on this question. This has come
Sure,
from
sure, please.
Shobna Mukherjee ji. Shobna ji is principal with Puran Chandra Vidyaniketan, Kanpur. Shobna ji has asked, she believes the transition from mother tongue to English after the primary stage may be difficult. Your comments, Rakhi ma'am.
Yes. See, Raju, Mr. Singh has already shared with us that this has been suggested. There are schools which are catering to. We have a very diverse kind of learners. We have. So the aim is that language should not become an impeding factor in the education of a child. That is actually the reason behind proposing this point, that the conceptual knowledge of the child should not be impeded or be obstructed just because of language. So if a child is facing some difficulty in learning in English, so the child can be given we are talking about medium of instruction. We're not talking about just having the native language in the school or something like that. It is just that for the medium of instruction for some subjects can be the mother tongue if the child is the children the school is catering to are from that background. That is one thing. And it has been proposed that the importance of English as a language cannot be doubted. We know that we're talking about global citizenship, we're talking about collaboration, international collaboration for schools, we're talking about bringing the universities and institutions from abroad to India. So when we're talking about globalization, we cannot undermine the significance of English for sure. But this proposal is just that during the formative years of the child, any child should not be left behind in gaining conceptual knowledge or understanding the concepts because of English as an impeding factor. And when we are learning English as a language side by side, so even if the medium of instruction for social studies, for science is whatever, say it is Marathi or whatever is the native language, but the child is studying English as a language. So if you know a language, definitely you can talk, you can produce. If you're asked to say something or you are asked to express your thoughts in English, you'll be able to do that. Yes.
Right, right. Thank you, Rakhi ma'am. Pankaj sir, I would request if you can present, I can present this question to you. This question has come from Miss Anita Goel. Anita Goel ji is principal with Durga Prasad Vidya Niketan, school Kanpur. Anita ji has asked, this NEP offers a lot many subjects to choose from.
बंद कर दो, बंद कर दो,
For students.
बंद करो.
So, don't you think that it would be difficult for a child to choose streams, and how a child will choose stream? Pankaj sir, your comments.
When you have restricted choice, I think it's a very important question. When you have restricted choice, you have a lot of issues. I think it is important when you're exposed to a lot of things, you can experience and you can take the right decision. When I remember, I used to attend music classes when I was in class third and fourth, but I was not interested to learn music. To be very frank, that then I gradually we develop interest when we exposed to, let's say there are 10 choices, and you are just exposed to only three, then you can take decision only for that exposure with three limited choices. If you have exposure to all 10, even beyond that, then you can take the very informed decision, and then decision is as per your interest. So that's not never a challenge, what I felt. Because what is happening in our current education system, if you have more than 75% score in class 10, you are just forced to get into science. Or if you want to go for arts and commerce with your choice, you are open to that. But if you have less than 75%, you want to go for science as a course, I have seen schools, they will say shut down, our doors are not open for you. If you want to take science with less than 75% marks, you have to change your school. And I have seen students, they have done wonder, they have done very good. In spite they have scored less score in class 10th and they have taken science, their score in class 12th is very good as compared to class 10. I think it is important to provide the right kind of exposure to the student, and then one can take the very informed decision. So that's not never be a challenge. Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj sir. Jaswinder sir, I would request if you can take on this one. This is about the language. In fact, we are regularly receiving these kind of questions, and many people believe that this national education policy has tried to dilute the importance of English. So you come from the world of languages. So what is your assessment? How do you see the status of English as a language? In our education. Post 10 years or 15 years.
See, diluting a language is not the point. What they are doing is they are focusing more on formative years development of the child. Just because we want to promote English, we can't make their formative years go waste. Okay, so you understand from a class of around 50 students, there are 30 of them who don't understand, right? So it is very important, first of all, for the what the policy has done is to make, see, Indians are intelligent. The only thing is we are not giving it to them in the way that they can digest in the earlier years. So what will happen is this different languages when they are given to the students, they will be able to understand better one. But nowhere does it say that if you are teaching in Hindi, you are not supposed to have English. English is going to be there right from nursery, right from class one. But the only thing is that we will have to learn to balance. You cannot undermine the importance of English, neither can you undermine the importance of other languages to understand core subjects. So I don't think that they are diluting, they are only making us better learners, or it's going to be easy for students to take it up. What I understand is that we used to always say, देखो अगर आपका बच्चा अंग्रेजी में अच्छा है तो बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स भी अच्छे हो जाएंगे, अब वो पॉइंट नहीं रहा. लेकिन हम ये कह रहे हैं, let them learn what they are supposed to do, acquire the other core knowledges in their mother tongue, or they can have that as a secondary explanation language. English is going to be there. Let's understand one important thing in our country. I'm not going beyond India. In our country, all rules, all policies are first made in English and then translated to other languages. We have such a lot of diverse language culture in the country that the only language that connects everybody, north, south, east, west, is English, right? We are talking about a global village. We're talking about India becoming the factory of the world, the back office of the world, the service industry of the world. So definitely to communicate with the world, we need English, right? So that is not going to go up, but they will have to focus more on languages. So language can't be treated just as one more subject. It has to be treated as a language itself. One thing, right? But if you allow me, I would want to add something to what Sharma sir said. And to your question there, is it not going to become difficult for students to choose? No, like he said, it's going to be easy. It is going to be difficult for schools to offer all these things. So again, coming back, technology. I'm sorry, I've been with Microsoft, I've worked on technology. I understand where exactly all this will work. So, uh, whatever. I mean, I think I've answered both my questions. Over to you, Rajan.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaswinder sir. Next, I would request Savio, if you can take on this one. Savio, this as you also mentioned that an NEP mentions music, more than 20 times. Also, it has given a very special emphasis upon this, the importance of co-curricular activities. But India, as like the question which was asked to Pankaj sir, the many options would create a problem for schools. For example, about these co-curricular activities or music in particular, do we really have that number of trainers? Do we have that kind of infrastructure available? Music, even just a teacher can't teach music. He or she needs that kind of an infrastructure and environment around. So how what
Correct.
solution you offer? How that would be possible to implement and integrate?
See, it is all going to begin at a very basic level. First, we will have to identify the need for music education. The regulating bodies need to identify that there is a need. They need to accept the idea that there is a need for music education. They need to make a singular policy. There needs to be some kind of a policy which is created for music education and the kind of music which is imparted, the training which is given to children in various schools. There are companies like us who are willing to help to devise this curriculum, to devise this plan. Once we have this ready, then we can definitely move towards training instructors and we could have some kind of a training program for music education, both Indian and Western music, both.
Right.
So we have to face the fact that there is a shortage. There is a shortage of music educators across the country. And most of the people who we have recruited in Torrance, you will be surprised when I tell you most of them are engineers. The person who started the company himself is a geotech engineer. He worked for 15 years in the United States of America. Probably, if he would have been exposed to music education at a foundational level, I think he would have taken music, you know, as a full-time thing. So, regulating the whole idea of music education in this country, providing some kind of a framework for teaching music across, that is the need of the hour. Then, looking at that need, I feel that we will have a lot of music educators in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm not looking at another 15, 20 years. I'm saying that within the next 3 to 5 years, we can definitely generate a lot of teachers and trainers for music education. And for infrastructure, you have companies like us who can aggregate the whole thing. We can come and we can arrange for equipment and the technical know-how of executing music education.
Right, right. Thank you, Tevio. So with this, we come to the last part of this session, which is the concluding, part. I would request all our speakers if we can have your concluding remarks, and also one very interesting practice we have established. You know, if you can share one idea, if you become the Minister of Education of our country, you get a chance to run the
इधर
education
ऑन
system of
सेशन
the
पे हूँ
country.
मैं अभी
What
तो
would be
है
your
बात कर
priority?
Mr. Bigla, if you can, as Raju has just said.
Right. So we'll begin with Balvinder sir.
Yeah. See, the purpose or the objective of education is to, give holistic development. So I think we should also work that the children, they must get the power of tolerance, the power of adaptability, the power of sharing. So these kind of skills which we, which is a part of life skills, these are more important, because if a person is a good human being, he can be be a good doctor, good engineer, or a good manager. So if this national education policy will focus on all these life skills, and if all the stakeholders, they will try to build tolerance, which is very much required in India and the entire world, then we will have a better society and better education system also. So this is my message for all.
And one the second part of that, sir. If you become the Minister of Education for, let's say, one day, so how you would try to achieve these solvents, or these kind of you would like to integrate these value systems in our education. Balvinder sir.
So my priority will be government schools first of all. So I'll try to transform them, because we have a huge number of government schools spread over country, across country, but they are not effective at all. So I would love to work on this government education system, so that each and every citizen of India, they should get this affordable education without without worrying about the pocket.
Right, right. So government, the schools would be your priority. Thank you, Balvinder sir. We'll come back to you. Thank you for joining. And now I would request
Thank you, sir.
Pankaj
Thank
sir,
you.
Rakhi ma'am, I'll come to you in the last part, and we would also request you to share your concluding remarks about the session in detail. Pankaj sir, can we have your concluding remark, and what would be your priority if you become the Minister of Education for one day?
Oh,
Pankaj
I
sir.
think you please change this from 1 day to at least a week. That reminds us.
सर हमारे 200 सेशन है, 1000 एमिनेंट स्पीकर ज्वाइन करेंगे, एक एक दिन मिनिस्टर करना चाहिए तो बन पाएंगे.
So that's a good thought.
पंकज सर, अब एक दिन तो सेलिब्रेशन और वो एक्साइटमेंट में ही निकल जाएगा ना.
बिल्कुल वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, उसको 1 week करते हैं. I think that's a good thought. That's a good thought. First of all, it's a platform is very good. I always say that we always discuss things, and it's how to implement. Implementation is always a problem. It's always a challenge for anything. And when you talk about the policy, which took around 30 years to put on a or on a paper, execution is an important thing. We need a lot of these kind of interventions. We have a lot of inputs we can give to the person, those who are executing this thing. It's a collaboration kind of a thing. It is not one school. It's school to school, then higher education to school. I think collaboration what we have to do. Even we have to take all these stakeholders. I told last time also, all these stakeholders, and end of the day, why we are doing for the students. If we don't take student into consideration, that's we will miss all important point as far as policies. Second, if I be the minister for a 1 day, I want to give freedom. so that whatever, because we are so restricted by laws. I know we are governed by UGC, AICT, CBSE. I think we should give freedom that whatever you want to execute with your experience, please execute. Because I know each school has a different kind of a requirement, and we have all experts are sitting in each school, whether in a form of a founder, director, or a principal or a teacher. So I believe in that freedom. Thank you, Rajul. I think that's a nice
Thank you.
session we had.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request Jaswinder sir, your concluding remark and what would be your priority as one day education minister.
Okay, thank you, Rajul, again, once again. Uh, my concluding remark on NEP is wonderful, 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 but it is like, excuse me, ma'am, it's like a lady giving birth to triplets. We're going to have a lot of labor pain, but the results will be very good. So we should be ready to undergo those tough times and difficult times and not blame the government and the policy for bringing in such a lot of things. We need to bear this for the future generation. I'm sure we will rule the world if this is taken up. So that's what I talk about it. And if you think you need any support when it comes to language, please let us know. We work with more than 1 million students every day in the country. Okay. Coming on to my important part is what is it that I would want to do if I was made the education minister for a day? Like Sharma sir, I say yes, एक दिन तो बहुत कम है. लेकिन in one day I would want to talk about things. And Rajul, I'm going to use your platform to make this make everybody aware of it. यू नो एक डॉक्टर के आगे डी आर लिखते हैं, एक सीए के आगे सीए लिखते हैं, एक इंजीनियर के आगे ई आर लिखते हैं. So from now onwards, let's write ED in front of a teacher as an educationist. मैं देखता हूँ कौन रोकेगा हमें, ऊपर जाके तो हम संभाल लेंगे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में, बट एज एजुकेशनिस्ट वी शुड ऑल्सो बी रिकॉग्नाइज. हम तो उनसे ज्यादा काम कर रहे हैं ना, हम तो उनके बच्चों को भी पढ़ा रहे हैं और उनको भी पढ़ा रहे हैं. सो आई थिंक somewhere we need that respect. I always say that teachers should be made the first citizens of the country. Maximum respect to them. So, Rajul, help me tell everybody that अपने नाम के आगे ईडी लिख दीजिए. मैं पहले पता कर लूंगा कहीं पे इसका कोई आईपीआर शाईपीआर का प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है. I'll ask my legal team to look into that, but I strongly propose that if I were to do, I would tomorrow announce that teachers, anybody from the name should know कि ये teacher है, इनके हमें पाँव छूने चाहिए. So let's propose ED in front of as a prefix for all educationists. हम private वालों को भी मिल जाए तो अच्छा है. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So by this announcement, you have ensured the votes from all the teachers, you know, to
मैं
become the
मिनिस्टर,
real
हाँ
time.
हाँ, या पोस्ट मिनिस्ट्री है ना, तुम पहले नहीं है ना.
Right,
But anyway,
right.
it is something that people need to recognize teachers.
Absolutely,
Why should we not be
absolutely,
recognized?
absolutely, sir.
I've worked as a
Thank
teacher
you,
all
sir.
my life, so I feel that. I feel that missing. So that's important.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Jaswinder sir. Now I would request
Okay.
Savio, your concluding remark and what would be your priority as Minister of Education?
Ji, ji, as my concluding remark, like I said during the start, well-formed courses at the fundamental level will lead to a proper selection of courses and course choices later on. And sensitizing parents also is going to be very important. There need to be more open to the approach of the novel methodologies which are mentioned in this NEP. And for music, again, I feel there needs to be a proper streamlining of curriculum with proper theoretical and application integration. And all of us, I believe, are waiting for the rubrics somewhere around mid 2021. Things are going to be laid out, and it will. I hope it is going to be a little more clearer. If I am made the education minister for 1 year, I'm sorry, for 1 day, I will definitely make sure that I have Jaswinder ji on my board. And I totally agree to whatever he has spoken, whatever he has said. That is going to be so respectable because my mother has been a teacher for 44 years. And I know the kind of labor, I know the kind of hard work a teacher puts in making sure that they develop not only children but a nation as a whole. That is where because a kid spends more time in the school compared to spending time with their parents at home. because if there are more parents who are working, where is the child spending the most amount of time? So I think they are the actual nation builders, and more respect and acknowledgements need to be given to the teachers we have. And of course, I will make sure that music and dance is formally introduced in all classes.
Right.
Thank you,
Thank
Rajat.
you. Thank you, Savio, for sharing that.
Thank
Now,
you.
I would invite and I would request Rakhi Verma ma'am, Rakhi ma'am, your concluding remarks, or like if you can conclude the session with your remarks. Also, I must recognize the effort and the contribution Rakhi ma'am have made to this entire series, leadership talks. So under your leadership only, ma'am, that we have done so many sessions successfully. So big thanks to you, Rakhi ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Rajul. And I must say that the pleasure has always been mine. It's always so enlightening and enriching being amongst such leaders who've been working in the field of education. So, thank you. Uh, and I would like to thank the speakers who joined us today, the participants who were there with us. And before I conclude, I would like to second Mr. Balvinder Singh that yes, without successful implementation, the NEP will just remain a vision document. So it is very important that we devise methods to implement it uh, successfully. And I would like to add that, see, during the pandemic, also we saw that some of the schools were very ready, they were equipped, and they immediately took on the online classes from day one. Whereas there were schools who spent the first few months just catching up. So that is the standardization or bringing the schools to parity that we are talking about here in NEP also. Because if I think there is not even a single point that any progressive school or the school with a futuristic vision is not doing, be it with the skill training, be it the vocational training, be it the circles and clubs we are talking about, be it even the multidisciplinary approach. It's already in place in most of the progressive schools of the country. So actually, we're aiming that we're able to bring all the schools to that level. We're able to provide such opportunities to all the learners, be it they are in the remote areas, the government schools, or wherever they are. So nobody should be left behind. So it is, that is what we're aiming at. And if IMP also we take that opportunity to be the education minister for one day, Raju. So see, we have talked about skill education, we've talked about vocational education. That's wonderful. But one thing which I feel is still lacking is the knowledge about careers, which because it depends on the school completely. Um, we had Mr. Sunil Dangi has been working on that career knowledge and everything. So I had once was having a discussion with him. So I said, after 12th, what the child is doing is not the concern of every school. Every school is not putting in that kind of efforts to provide career counseling or let the child know what kind of their focus is. Okay, I need to prepare my child for the boards. So that is where I believe we all need to pitch in, and there has to be some mechanism where it can become mandatory for the schools to provide information, or it can become a part of curriculum. So something has to be done for the children to know. We are providing with the choice of subjects, but how will I pick up my subjects when I am not very clear what is the career that's waiting ahead? With these combination of subjects, what are the options that I might have? My interest is this. So what can I further do? So it is very important for us to actually. So what we've done is we brought the higher education institutions closer to the schools, but still we need to bridge with the job industry, with the career options. So that is where I believe still a lot of work has to be done. So I think my focus would be there. So, and once again, I thank School Lalaji, IEC, Mr. Rajul for this wonderful opportunity that he is providing to all of us. Because we say, the true test of leadership is to identify a problem before it becomes emergency. So before we are at the stage of implementation and we do not have our answers, so it is very important, and it is commendable that we are all able to collaborate with each other and we are able to devise solutions, we are able to brainstorm. So thank you you so much for attending today's session. And we look forward to many such sessions where we can all come together and we are able to shape up the future of the nation together. Thank you so much and have a great year ahead. Happy New Year to all of you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you all, Balwinder sir, Pankaj sir, Rakhi ma'am, Jaswinder sir, Savio ji for joining us, and Rita Khati ma'am also, who couldn't, share her views due to the technical glitch. So big thanks to all of you, and wish you a very happy new year once again. Thank you for joining.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Happy Ganesh to everybody.
Yeah, same.
Right. Surely, sir. Thank you.
Stay safe.